Help support our coverage with a free account on Privacy, the service that keeps you protected when shopping online. Get $5 to try it now by using promo code QZZ2J.
David Wu.
Don, great to meet you.
My pleasure. How are you, David?
Doing great. Very
Good.
exciting here.
I want to know what you got. I see a little black box. I'm always afraid of the black boxes. What do we got?
Yeah, so Zadar Labs makes these very high resolution imaging radars.
Oh.
And so what is an imaging radar? It's basically a sensor that can detect the shape and position of things in the environment. And you can also see when and where things are moving. And it does this using radio waves instead of using cameras or lasers or anything else like that. And that makes radar a very robust and
Is this the typical radar that planes would use, for example? Or
it's a very low power, very scaled down version of that.
Okay. And what's its application? I can think of a million applications, but.
Yeah, that's actually, you know, one of the beautiful things about radar, because all these things are becoming, you know, smart these days. Automated tractors, robotaxis, drones that fly.
We're talking artificial intelligence here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, anything where you have this robotic system that needs to navigate around the environment or see what's going on, and where you might not be able to use camera or might not want to use camera, like in your home, radar is there to make things smarter.
And this is. Correct me if I'm wrong, this device is going to be significantly more sensitive than a camera.
Correct. So this a camera only sees 2D. Right. So if you really want to know how far away something is,
its spray or its range is going to be only so wide.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Whereas the radar is going to have the full scan of that area if you.
Exactly.
Set it to do that.
We scan the full area. We have full depth, and it's much lower power than camera, and it's like the perfect 3D sensor.
Let's talk about. Well, is it okay to?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
I always ask because sometimes people bring prototypes here that are put together with Scotch tape, and I have many occasions where I pick them up and whoa. Okay,
that's the real product that we're shipping.
This is the real product.
Yes.
So actually, we see where the pedal hits the metal here. You've got a jack here where you're going to connect your internet cable to.
Exactly.
And then it's going to talk to this, and then the app or the software or whatever behind the scenes is going to tell this where to go, what to do essentially, and this is going to talk back and say, whoa, someone's here or there.
Exactly, yeah.
How did I know that? No, go ahead.
I mean, radar is a very intuitive technology, and some applications that might come to mind even for the consumer in the home are like security and surveillance around the house. If it's raining, if it's dark, sometimes infrared won't see stuff. This radar will see things that are moving, up to 1,000 meters away.
Well, how would it know it's raining if the window? I'm serious. If the windows were closed or something, it wouldn't really know.
This would be more around the outside of your house to see if people are approaching.
Oh, so it would be outside.
Yeah.
It can be inside.
Can also be inside, yeah.
Do you do outside and inside in applications?
This is so flexible that we can go outside, inside,
really?
Inside, even a TV or something like that. Integrated as part of another product too.
What kind of detail is that going to give me?
This will tell you, for example, how many people are in a room, if they're moving, maybe even the types of movements that are happening, but no more detail than that. So it's preserves your privacy.
Now, is this available industrially wise? I mean, I can sit here all day naming situations where this would be of use. What about to the consumer? Is this available to the consumer? Or you really got to have some high-tech knowledge to get this to integrate with, blah, blah, blah?
We want to make it easy for consumers to use, but mostly it's for products that go into consumers, into consumer products.
Such as?
Like smart TVs, for example, or AR/VR.
Why would I want this in a smart TV?
We've heard from customers they might want to stick a little radar inside the front fascia of the TV. Then the TV can, for example, beam audio towards people, depending on where you're sitting. If you want better surround sound,
Wait a minute, so this is going to integrate into the TV set per se. It's not something that's an add-on.
Correct. So
the TV would have to have the circuitry in there or whatever that's going to talk to this, or this is going to talk to that and say, okay, the guy's sitting on the left side or the right side, or there's 5 people here. So send out, instead of quadrasonic sound, you're going to send out 5 quadrasonic sounds.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly. Personalized audio based on where you're sitting.
And video also, lighting, contrast, because of this, can this detect the light?
Yeah, I mean, I can even see next-gen 3D displays, ones that don't need glasses, might need to know where you're sitting.
That's pretty interesting. So I could see this in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
He's in the refrigerator again. Get out of there.
You know, any kind of smart thing, appliance that might be in the house to know where you're moving, where things are in the house, even, you know, like robotic vacuums or things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me where this is used right now, even, you know, industrial situations, whatever.
The majority of our customers these days are in the high performance kind of, you know, segment. They're doing like automated tractors, self-driving cars. Drones use it to fly around power lines and avoid obstacles. So any kind of thing where something's kind of moving on its own.
So is this, would this technology, not that size, be in a drone, and that would be your optical avoidance mechanism within the drone?
Yeah, so I brought our biggest, highest performance kind of Papa Bear sensor, but we actually have a full range of sensors, and the smallest one is about this big, an inch tall. So that's what would go inside your TV. That's what would go inside your drone. So we target, yeah, any kind of size that.
That's pretty interesting. So, I mean, really all the optical avoidance sensors that are in drones, per se, are going to be using technology like this or similar.
Yeah, exactly. Radar is coming to sort of augment and make things smarter.
That's very, very interesting. Huh. What else can you tell me about the product?
I guess
I asked the right questions.
There's a whole bunch of secret sauce that goes into our product.
I
The
can
performance
imagine.
is way beyond anything else that's been released to date, and there's this other class of sensor that's been used that uses lasers for detecting the environment, and we're coming for your lunch.
Interesting. So, you brought your brochure.
Yes.
And this kind of gives, you can't see, but if I go on your website, I can see all this stuff.
Yeah, we've got videos, demos, and all of that.
Was this copied from your website? You could say, yeah, I don't care.
It's
Anyway.
got some new stuff in there, I think.
All right. But the uses, honestly, are endless. Wow. You know, really, this stuff could be integrated into your TV or whatever appliance, and you wouldn't even know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's the behind this, and this is literally, the whole device is secret sauce.
It's radar, since it can go through plastic, can be very unobtrusive. You don't need to have, you know, big opening, big lens or whatever. You know, you don't have to feel like
Now,
you're
are there
being
different
watched.
types of radar?
There are, but what we've done is we've kind of taken all the different, you know, all the different types, long range, short range. We've all put it into one very flexible box.
Okay. This is essentially a transmitter.
And a receiver, yes.
Okay, so obviously, so it's going to transmit, as I'm understanding it, a spray.
It's like echolocation.
Okay, but it's going to measure an area and essentially put out sensors on that area, and then the bounce back is going to be detected by this.
Exactly, exactly.
And the differential between what it's sending out and what it's receiving back is the picture of the objects that are there.
Exactly.
Am I right?
That's totally correct.
Are you guys looking for any people to hire?
You know, you sound like you could be some great help to us.
All
Yeah.
right, no, I might be looking for a job. Yeah, so this is this is built like a tank. Why do you have heat fins on this?
We have some customers, you know, that want to use this in some, you know, tank out in the desert or something like that.
Okay, but this doesn't generate heat itself, does it? Or minimal, I would imagine. Or it depends on the wattage and the power of the radar transmission.
Yeah, we have customers that want to use that up to 85 degrees Celsius, which is insanely
Wow.
hot. That's why we
Well,
have the
I
heat
live in
sinks.
Arizona. It gets 120 degrees Fahrenheit typically. This would withstand that.
Oh yeah, it will. Yeah.
Sleet, rain, snow, hail.
It's the perfect, most robust sensor you could get.
I have to agree with them. I'm shocked, no pun intended. I mean, this is solid. And nothing shakes in it, so there's no missing parts, no things dangling around in there.
Totally solid state.
I like
very
this.
robust.
I like
yeah.
this. I wish I knew how I could use it. But listen, this is really cool stuff, really innovative, on the bleeding edge. And check this company out, Zadar Labs. It's really cool, and I would keep this and put this on my drone, but I have a real teeny drone, so this is heavier than the drone.
Well, we've got snipers up there watching if people take our stuff.
Hey, David, thank you so much. Again, interesting technology, and boy, there's no end for the utilization of that. I mean, there is no end. It just, the longer you think, the more ideas you come up with.
Yeah, we're very excited about all the applications, and you'll probably see radar come into a product to you soon.
One more quick question. I think I heard you mention cars and autonomous driving cars.
Yeah.
Is that how that would work with devices like that? That it would be, I don't know, in the front of your car, and it would see and detect, and then it would realize that this is a sidewalk because of that imagery coming back?
Yeah, exactly. It'll detect, the curbs, the sidewalks, people, cars, and it'll help the car, avoid and navigate those obstacles. And since radar even kind of bounces under and around things, even if there's like, a dog or a child running from behind a car, we'll see that too.
And that could give you it not only sees, it sends and receives, and one without the other is no good. This does both, and that's what radar is essentially. But this type of device not only could be used for steering and driving, could also be used for seriously optical avoidance in a car, and it could, it's instantaneous, right?
Yeah, it's instantaneous.
So Don, one of our producers has a question. Can it be used as a door alarm?
Yeah, it can definitely be used as a door alarm. If people are coming, even if they've, I don't know, got a costume on or some kind of disguise,
like
the
my
radar will see
brother-in-law.
right through it. Trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, whenever he comes, I want to know. Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah. This will even detect, whether someone's approaching, whether someone's departing. Can even tell you like kind of the shape and maybe how they're walking and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Very interesting device. Very interesting device. I'll bet you these things are going to be more and more available for everyday consumer use.
Yeah,
I could just see so many things it can do, and it's accurate. I mean, that's the thing it's instantaneously accurate.
Yeah, the big innovation is this stuff has finally gotten to the performance and resolution where it's really useful for a bunch of stuff.
That's because guys like you.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for coming in. I really enjoyed that, and I want to see you next year. And I know this stuff is only going to go one way, up. Good.
Thank you so much.
Good for you. Yeah, very interesting stuff.
We're very excited.
Thank you. I would be too. I'm excited. And again, if you're looking for people, I'm old, but I'm smart.
All right. We'll talk after.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Tech Podcast Network's CES 2025 coverage is executive produced by Adam Barker. Technical director is Kirk Corliss. Associate producers are Nancy Ertz, Tracy Ingram, Xerxes Goddard, Brandy Jackson, and Aviva Cram. Voiceover by Aaron Hurst. Our hosts are Marlo Anderson, Don Bain, and Scott Ertz. Studio and equipment are provided by PLUGHITZ Productions. The TPN studio executive is Todd Cochran. This has been a Tech Podcast Network production, copyright 2025.